Hey, good afternoon, guys. It's Steve Cat5JUF. Hey, I wanted to share something with you. I've been learning the CW stuff, and I've been having a lot of problems. I want to kind of go over some things and some ideas I came up with, and they may not be original ideas, but I kind of figured them out just out of desperation. I've been using the Morse app for about 2 months now, running about 18 words a minute, Farnsworth spacing of 2, which usually gives me about 2 seconds between each character. I am able to copy about 70% of individual characters. I'm at up to the point of 19 of 40. So this is, they progress through this standard, list of stuff here. So I'm already up at number 19. I am unable to copy words. I just can't. I can copy, KROSP and some of the more rhythmic letters pretty good. I've started sending code, and of course, this has generated a whole nother set of problems. I'm having a hard time getting what's in my head to the fist. But that's something I'm working with. So what I did was I started practicing learning to send CQ, and of course I realized that there's a rhythm to this, and this rhythm was very distinguishable once I got comfortable with it. So what I decided to do is instead of trying to learn all these individual letters and characters and things individually, um, I'm going to take what I've learned and I'm going to build some Q signs and abbreviations into recordings that I can go back and play back at any speed I want to on this software program on the internet. And I can create WAV files that can actually save this to my iTunes and go back and repetitively listen to these tunes and develop the acoustic rhythmic pattern. And I think that will help me copy better individually on the letters, and it will help me with my sending. So I want to go through and show you real quick. These are my two keys I have essentially. What I found was this guy here does just as good a job as this guy, so they're both about the same. If you want to hook up your 991A and you need help, I've got some other videos that show you some detail on how to do this, but that's what I got going on with the keys there. Both these work great. So what my idea is I was going to take some of the most common abbreviations and Q signs that are used in CW QSOs and put these in WordPad or Notepad. The reason I want to use Notepad is because it's ASCII characters, and this web interface program I found allows me to copy and paste these characters into this web page, and this web page will play those characters back at a given speed and Farnsworth setting, and it will also allow me to save them to a WAV file. So let me demonstrate. So this is what I do. I take the individual characters and I copy them from Notepad and I add them. I use this progression here. First, I give you the actual message, which is, for example, good morning. And then I give you three G's, three M's, and then I combine them. So that gives you the opportunity to hear the individual G, individual M, and then it allows you to put the G and M together so you can kind of piece it together. Same thing on this side here. Thanks. I give you three T's, three H's, and three X's. You start to build individually. Then I give you the TH, and then I give you the THX. So you're able to hear individual characters, and then I start stacking those characters, and then I complete the entire message. So you can hear the transition or migration through that. All right. So the idea was with characters like Kilo or K and R and Q, they have a rhythmic tone. C, they all have rhythmic tones, so they're very easy to pick out. They're almost like a little melody. So my idea was to use repetitive listings of Q signs and abbreviations, and I think with a preview of the message that you're looking for, and each individual character being introduced at repetitive factors of 3, and then of course combined, this will build a memory map that will allow you to kind of remember a QRL, QSM, QRZ. You'll be able to kind of hear those. So my idea was if you're working a QSO with another station, if you hear RST or QTH or things of that nature, these rhythmic tones, instead of having to focus on a Q and a T and an H, you're going to hear that rhythmic tone, which you already know. Instead of having to process QTH, you just know QTH. all in one rhythmic tone. So that's kind of the idea. Most importantly, I think the thing you need to learn and what I'm learning is signal report, 599, QTH, and your operator, your name. Those are the most important things that I'm learning because when you do a QSO, it may not be a pretty QSO, but if you can give the guy a signal report, a 599, a QTH, an operator, and maybe a 73 and two dots, that would be wonderful. So this is what the program looks like. So essentially all you do is you copy the ASCII text file into the actual program. You can save it as a WAV file. You can use the repeat button. And then of course you can adjust your settings, character speed and so forth. So this is all what this looks like, and I'll give you a demonstration of this. These are some of the common QSOs that I think would be helpful. And these are the ones that I'm going to learn. And I think it would just kind of be a good starting point. So let's do a demo real quick. I've got my little program here for all of my files. And this is a file I call QSO drills. I have my character speed and my Farnsworth setting. And then of course, let's take, for example, let's do a really important one, RST. I'm going to copy this entire line right here. Copy. Now here's the program I want to show you. This is called the CQ generator. So what you want to do is I like to refresh it to clear out everything. And this guy is amazing. I'm going to donate. He's got a site you can donate to. So I'm assuming this is what the guy wrote the program for. He gives you all the tools, and I've never talked to this guy, but this is absolutely amazing. So I had to share it. I've got to share it with you. So I'm going to copy everything in there. Now the play button has become highlighted, which means it accepted the file. Now what I want to do is I want to configure my settings, and I'm going to go 18 on the character speed and 14 on the Farnsworth. Now what I want to do, if I want to repeat this, I just press the repeat button and listen. See how it builds? All right, let's say, for example, you don't like that. We'll just pause it here. Let's refresh it. Let's say, for example, you want to change the speed. You want to go a little faster. So you can go in here, you can go to 20 and 18. So say you want to step it up a little bit. Pretty cool, isn't it? So if you want to just refresh it again, and you can go back, always refresh it, and then I'm going to change it back to 18 and 14. So let's show it. Let me show you what's pretty cool about this. Now, here's our program. Now let me show you. Let me show you real quick, just so you know what you see right here. That's what's playing, and there's your character speed and your Farnsworth setting. So let's do this now. I want to save it, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to download it to my desktop, and I've already saved it. I'm just going to call this QRL1, the WAV file. So you can play it anywhere. You can actually just play it on your computer using the program within Windows. You don't have to have iTunes, but we're going to use iTunes because it syncs to my phone. So we're going to save it here. All right, now let's go to iTunes, and I'm going to go to Add File from Library. I'm going to click QRL1. I'm going to add it into my library. I'm going to go to Songs. There it is right there, QRL1. So if I click on it, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it to my playlist. I've got a playlist here. Let's see, I'm going to call my playlist is called Audio CW Generator Lesson. So I'm going to copy it there. All right, now let's go to that folder. There it is right there. For some reason, it gives Carlene Carter's picture, so I don't know why that is. But what you can do is if you want to copy it, you can make it multiple copies of it. let's see. Yeah, we can copy this. Yeah, I think we can. I'll have to figure that out. You can actually go in here and add to playlist. You can continue to add it to the same playlist. That's what you can do is you can go in and add it to, let's see here. Yeah, just add it to the same playlist and it'll keep adding it over and over. All right, that looks good. Okay, so now this is actually on my phone and I can repeat this over and over and over and I can take a pen and write it wherever I want to if I'm on a plane or something. So let's go back and let's go back to the PowerPoint again. So the other thing was I talked about some of the common things. Let's go back. Let's do another one just for another example. Let's do another common one. Let's do 73. 73. You know, that's always you want to send. You want it. You know you want to send a sign of 73. You know you can do OP OP. Like I said, you can do multi of them. If you want to do these together, you can do that together. But let's do fine business. Go back to our web page again. We'll do a refresh to clear it out. Find business, and then we'll do another one, 73. So you can kind of build these together. All right, check it out. See the F's? See the B's? Now they're together. There's your 73s. So if I want to pause this, if I want to put a repeat loop, I can just sit here and listen to it all day long on my speakers if I wanted to. It would just play it over and over and over. But let's go ahead, we'll configure it. We got it at 18 and 14, that's where we want it. We'll download it again, and I'm going to call this one here, Find Business, and 73. So we'll save that to my desktop again, and we'll go to iTunes, and we'll go to songs. We'll go add file to library. Add file to library. Whoops. I just closed iTunes out. Add file to library. And there's our next one. All right, and we'll go down and find it. All right, under my recently added, I'm going to go ahead and add this to my audio CW generator playlist. And I'm going to go over here real quick, audio CW playlist, and now I have the FB73. Okay. So with these tools, I think I'm going to use these to build up QSOs and individual recordings for everything you see here on the screen and some actual QSOs themselves. I've got some drills that I'm going to do later in some other videos on FLDigi where I've actually built some QSO boilerplates that I can use. And I'm going to copy those because I think they're real helpful. So again, the main concept here is just repetitive listening, but you're listening to symbols and Q signs that you actually mean something in the QSO. So one other thing I'll show you real quick on this guy's webpage, he's got another stem. He's got one other site here that you can actually go in and you can pull up the individual letters and play them. You know, all the different things, all the different signs and so forth. So this is, this is pretty cool. So this is mainly what I wanted to show you was just everything that I've learned and some of my struggles. And I think the success is going to be able to copy these characters in meaningful QSOs and understanding what the characters are versus just randomly trying to pick them. At least this is what I'm going to try because otherwise I'm really having a struggle with this. So anyway, I hope this is maybe something that can help you. I just wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was pretty cool. All right, have a good week. Thanks again, 73.